Welcome everyone. I'm William Freeman. I'm the Tactile Technology Product Manager for APH, and I'm here today to talk about the latest update to the Mantis and the Chameleon. This is the 1.2 update that released recently. And first thing I want to say is if you haven't been updating your device, make sure you update your device. We're listening to your feedback. We've been talking to teachers. We've been talking to users. We've been listening, and the things you really like, we're making them better. The things you want, we're adding them. And these updates are all about you and the things that you want. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. These are living products, and you want to be a part of that by updating your device, using these features, and continuing to talk to us about what you like and what you want to see in future updates. If you've never updated before, it's really easy to do. But if you need more instructions, you can find the user guide on your device and on the shopping page for both products. It'll be in the little carousel at the bottom of the page. There's a bunch of features coming. This is a jam-packed update. And some of those features are going to be Mantis only. Some are going to be Chameleon only. The majority are going to be for both devices. I'm going to talk about all that today. I'm going to talk about the coolest stuff coming to the Mantis, the coolest stuff coming to the Chameleon, and then some of the cool things that are coming to both displays. It's not going to cover everything, so check out our release notes page for a full breakdown of all the new features in this update. So first up is Mantis. And so I've got the Mantis right here. And the coolest thing coming to the Mantis is this terminal clipboard. This is a really neat feature, and it shouldn't even really be possible. If you're not aware, the terminal is when you're connected to a host device. So you're connected to Windows using JAWS or NVDA, or you're connected to Apple device using VoiceOver. That's when you're using the terminal. Well, normally when you're in the terminal, the host device is kind of doing all the driving. And so the Braille display just kind of does what it's told to do. You can interact, you can navigate, but the host device is telling it what to do. Well, with this clipboard, with this terminal clipboard, we're able to interrupt that and allow you to access some local functionality while connected to your host device. So you'll be able to access the time, the battery life on your Mantis, and then your clipboard. So the cool thing about this clipboard is you can take something from your editor or from your library, copy it, and then paste it onto your host device. This is going to make it easier to reference back to materials, whether you're writing an email or a text message or a paper for your class, whatever it might be. So that's one of the coolest things coming to the Mantis, among many other features. And then on the Chameleon, we have Spanish coming to the Chameleon and one-handed mode. So with Spanish, we've had languages on the Mantis for a long time because the Mantis is sold internationally. The Chameleon is only sold in the United States. So we really needed English and Spanish, and now we've got Spanish. And so the way this will work is it'll be your menus will be translated into Spanish, and then you'll have support for the Spanish Unicode characters and the Braille translation. And the coolest thing here is you can mix and match. So you're able to have an uncontracted table and a contracted table in Braille on your Chameleon and Mantis. Well, you'll be able to do, for your uncontracted table, you can do Spanish because the Spanish table doesn't have contractions. And then for your contracted table, you could do UEB. So that'll make it really easy for a bilingual student to switch back and forth between Spanish Braille and UEB Braille as needed. One-handed mode is the other cool feature. So one-handed mode is a must on a Perkins keyboard Braille display. The hotkeys are so complicated. Braille is so complicated with a Perkins keyboard, it requires two hands. Well, not with one-handed mode. With one-handed mode, every key combination gets held back until you press spacebar. So whether you're typing Braille or typing a hotkey, it doesn't get sent until you're ready to send it and you press spacebar. So that means you can press each key one at a time. So let's take spacebar plus F, which is the hotkey for find. That's a pretty complicated hotkey when you think about it. It's a lot of buttons. It's 4 buttons. So you can press them all one at a time. So you could go spacebar, and then .1, and then .2, and then .4, and then spacebar again to send that combination. And that'll be the way it works throughout the device. And it makes it possible to use the device with one hand without having to stretch and reach and try to make it work with just the one hand. Coming to both devices, we have a ton of stuff, but some of the really cool things are these improvements to the editor. And really with these updates, what we've done is we've tried to combine the functionality of the editor and the library to make them seem less like separate apps and more like one app that can do everything. So the first thing up is bookmarks in the editor. So I hope you've been using bookmarks in your library to help you jump around and find your place and remember things and be able to look things up. Well, bookmarks in the editor work the exact same way as bookmarks in the library. So if you've been using them in the library, it'll be easy enough to just pick up and start using them in the editor because it's done the exact same way, just in a different app. The other thing is a global clipboard. So we've already talked about the terminal clipboard. This global clipboard is going to allow you to copy from the library and then paste into the editor. So if you're working on a paper, if you're just writing a quick note, this will allow you to copy from the library. So say you've checked out a book from Bookshare like Alice in Wonderland or something like that. You can copy a little short passage and then paste it into your editor. So those are just some of the cool features that we've got coming. There's way too much. This is a jam-packed update. We'd be here a really long time if I tried to talk about every single thing in this update. So again, check out our release notes page for a full breakdown of everything that's new in this update. Please update your devices. You really want to take advantage of all these features. And remember, as always, Braille is special, but it shouldn't be rare. Thanks.